Wargames is in the books. We'll talk about that, the good, bad, and the ugly, and a tease for things to come. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I'm your host, Coming Up with Bob. Joined as always by my good friend, Hollywood Frank.
HW.
You can catch us here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about all the news in wrestling. Got quite a bit of it today. Also, check out our social media. Follow your boys. Share this out on your social media. Help us grow this thing. We are at 144 subscribers, slowly growing. Appreciate that. Appreciate everything from you guys. All the people that are watching and will be lurking. Real quick, let's check in. Leg Kick says, hail, hail, Leg Kick. What's up, brother? Maldacito said, sup? What's up, Maldacito?
Sup?
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 Hello.
What's up?
What's up?
But how was your turkey day, Frank?
Relaxing. Third turkey day in a row I haven't had to work on since for 13 years prior to that I worked at previous company that screwed me over and I had to work on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we had a pretty good one. I had to work over the weekend and everything, but yeah, it was pretty good. You know, we kept it a little bit smaller than we used to. You know, we didn't invite as many people over, so I kind of like that. It's just it's more relaxing. Plus, with I'm in charge of a family of invalids over here, so it made that easier. But what about you guys in the chat? How was your turkey day? If you my brain doesn't want to work. If you freaking celebrate it. What is wrong with me?
I don't know.
I'm tired, man. It's been a long day.
Be tired. Should be tired last week with all the turkey, not today.
All the turkey. You know what it was too, though. It was also, like war games, and like we watched 2 pay-per-views in a row, man. And even though war games was relatively small compared to things, it was still 3 hours of time, man. So. Plus, there was all a bunch of other stuff. But anyway, that's all a bunch of BS. That's a bunch of crap. Let's go ahead and get into, before we get started on the subject and matter of the day, we're going to head and get into on our favorite little segment, something we call the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to get music to go with this one of these days.
Hicks villain, Rob doesn't need any help. Okay.
Yeah. No, I do. I do need help.
Rob does not need any help. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I need all the help I can get.
You need to start hitting your Takis again.
Yeah, I haven't had any Takis for a while, but I did go to the gym today. So
good.
I'm trying to get back to regularly doing that now that all the injuries and everything are out of the way. But yeah, turkey does take it out of you. But yes, good, bad, the ugly. I went last week. It is Hollywood Frank's turn. Tell me, sir, what do you have for us?
The good. Last Wednesday, they're back, baby. HOB. The House of Black.
House of Black. It was good.
Made their return. Malachi. Yeah, baby.
Looking like the star he should have been when he first got there. Yeah, it was awesome.
Julia Hart comes out. They're in the ring. Lights come on. They're in the ring. They lay out best friends. They lay out the factory.
Yeah, taking no prisoners on anybody. And it's like heel, face, doesn't matter. You're all dead meat. Yeah, that was great.
Guys rushing down to the ring to try to help security, and the other guy, boom, take him out.
Yeah, Brody King. I mean, yeah, Brody King just murdering people. But yeah, no, that was all. That was probably the highlight of Dynamite, I think.
I think so. I really do.
Well, no, it was up there with Jericho versus Ishii, because oh my god,
Yeah,
that was a match.
Yeah, but to have the House of Black coming out right there that early in the first match, I mean, that just lit that crowd up.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely helped get him into it, man. But yep. So that was good.
And hopefully they do something with them. I mean, it's 3 guys, so let's get this
3 really good guys.
Let's get this trios series with Elite versus Dark
versus Death Triangle done.
Yeah, Death Triangle done, which Death Triangle's up 2-0 right now.
Yep.
And get that done and over with, and then let's get the House of Black in there.
Yeah. And I'd like to see. I would really like to see Black himself, dude. You can insert him into the TNT title scene.
Yeah, and my bad is
screw you, man. Disrespected she like that. That ain't even cool, man.
My bad. It wasn't all bad, but I honestly wasn't really impressed with Survivor Series Wargames. I really wasn't.
It had two really good matches, and then the rest, a couple of decent ones, and then a really, really bad one.
Rousey versus
Blackheart.
Shotzi.
That was ugly, man.
And I wasn't that impressed with the men's match. I mean, I like the spots with Sami Zayn, which, from rumors have it, they're gonna have Zayn and possibly Zayn and Kevin Owens teaming up to take on the Usos at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. That match was pure storytelling. That was the primary thing in that match. It was storytelling, and the match itself was pretty good. It wasn't the best War Games match I've ever seen, no, but that match, they went in there to tell a story with that match, and they told the story really, really well.
Yeah, I wasn't really into that the 12 beats of the Bowery thing with all the guys in the ring. No. All the tables they had in there.
It's War Games, man. There's always going to be shit in the ring.
But
the best thing about War Games, the last couple minutes of War Games was fantastic. It was awesome. When Sammy made his decision, and the look on Owens' face, and the look on Sammy's face, where he's like, yeah, I'm committed to this now. I have no choice now. Like, I just betrayed my best friend. Even, and then we'll talk about Raw too, because the fallout from it. This was probably the best Raw in a long time.
Sammy was the best thing in that men's match.
Oh yeah,
honestly. And then my ugly Elite. Get over it. Get over yourselves. The crap with CM Punk in Chicago on Dynamite, unnecessary. Grow up.
I can look at it both ways, but at the same time,
it's over with.
Yeah, if you're gonna say it's time to move on and go past it, don't do stuff like that in the ring. Because Kenny went on, I can't remember what show it was that he went on afterwards, but he was like, "Yeah, let you know, we just need to move on and go." And I'm like, "Okay, great. Then why are you making it?" Now I know why they did it, because they knew they were in Chicago. They were going to get booed to death. And they're like, okay, let's just act like heels. Okay. But at the same time, it's like, you can act like heels and not throw gas on the fire, because all we need is for this thing to keep going. And I'm tired of talking about it. I really am. End of the day, it was a bunch of men behaving badly. They should all look back at, I was actually thinking about this, man. And like as much as they freaking hated each other, Sean and Brett, they were still professionals, man.
Yep.
110% professional. and those guys legitimately freaking hated each other's guts, but they still went out and put on some of the best matches you've ever seen in your life. And and not only that, worked and protected each other as they worked, 100% professional. So they need to take a page out of that friggin' book. But so that's your good, bad, ugly.
Yep.
All righty, my good, bad, and the ugly. The good finale to the Survivor Series men's War Games. I thought that was amazing storytelling. That's the best storyline in WWE. Period. Maybe the best storyline in wrestling right now. And it's all because of Sami Zayn. Right now, even though he's part of a heel faction, Sami Zayn is the biggest baby face in the entire freaking industry. Because and the reason why is because everybody knows it's gonna all come crashing down on him, man. And when that happens, dude, there's gonna be emotion. There's gonna be real emotion from fans. That's gonna, because everybody's gonna see it happen. And Sammy's so good at what he does, man. He's the MVP in wrestling right now, in my personal opinion. But the storytelling in that War Games match was awesome. But a match that's being glossed over, Balor versus AJ Styles. Dude, that was a banger of a match, man. I mean, that's what happens when you get two guys with that kind of talent and you just let them go. You just let them go. You let them have fun. And it was, and that match was fantastic. And the other thing too, I'm a New Japan mark. I got to say it. World Tag League, man. World Tag League has been awesome. Awesome, man. Dude, like I said, it's $8 a month. Do yourself a favor. Go check it out. And I'll tell you what, the team that has been surprising the crap out of everybody has been Yo and Leo Rush. Like, say what you want about Leo Rush, man. That dude can go in the ring, man. He's amazing. He's an amazing talent in the ring. But yeah, don't sleep on World Tag League, guys. It's awesome. And they're hinting at possibility of some more AEW crossover happening at Wrestle Kingdom. We might be getting the Bucks at Wrestle Kingdom. So if we're already getting Kenny versus Ospreay, which is going to be freaking insane. So,
how many times have they gone against each other?
Ospreay versus Omega.
Yeah.
Not often.
Not often.
Not often. Because Ospreay was in the juniors division for most of the time that Kenny was the champion. So Melanie said, say that to Phil too for making comments when he was doing. No, dude, like I said, like I said last week, the two people who are most responsible for all this stuff happening are CM Punk and Tony Khan. Okay, I'm just saying that they're not like, don't throw gasoline on the fire. Is what I'm saying. If you want things to change, when things move on, if you want this thing to be in the past, don't throw gasoline on the fire. Me personally, I didn't have a problem with what they did. I thought it was funny. I understood why they did it, but at the same time, if you're like wanting to move on from something, then don't be throwing gas on the fire. Hicksville said Leo's good while he lasts. Just don't expect him to last long. You know what? I'm really hoping that the dude found the help that he needs. Like, he's obviously got mental health issues.
Yeah. It's just never been around anywhere for too long.
Rock and Roll Express defeating Dem Boys. Oh my God, the Rock and Roll dude, the Rock and Roll Express, they're gonna wrestle till they drop dead. they seriously, they're gonna wrestle till they drop dead.
Do you want to see them pull a Ric Flair?
No, I don't. But that's my good. My bad, man. Ronda Rousey's match at War Games.
Yeah,
dude, that match was bad. Here's the thing. She's regressing. She's getting worse. I honestly think Ronda's getting worse. And like this match was so bad and it was so lackluster. And she's been so lackluster the last few months. Fire Ronda Rousey is trending now. I don't agree with that, but at the same time, it's like if the fans are turning on her from a performance standpoint that badly, they need to step in and do something.
And I don't know who wasn't Brian Kendrick there
Yeah.
for like an audition and did part of that match or did that match?
He that match was his. He put that match together, which right there, that dude should be fired. That was the bad. Also, more injuries, man. A lot of injuries. Andrade, torn pectoral. Jey Uso, broken hand.
Roman Reigns
possibly ruptured eardrum. Not good. And then we'll talk about that more because there was a little bit of a kerfuffle between him and Kevin Owens. But Johnny said, good. Andrade still does the job. Bad. The Ass Boys and Jungle Kid Twitter squabble. Ugly. Somebody put a hit and run on Danhausen. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, I get this feeling. I get this like when way back when we said that what they should have done is they should have treated her like the female Brock Lesnar. They should have made Heyman her mouthpiece, like literally made Heyman her mouthpiece. He talks for her. She just goes in the ring and she murks people. Okay. That's the way that they should have used her. Letting her talk on her own is bad. She's not very good at it. She's not good on the stick. Okay. She's serviceable enough in the ring. And you just don't make her into something else. They're making her into something weird right now. Just have her go out there and murder people. You know, right. She's an MMA fighter. No, she could legitimately kick the shit out of pretty much every woman on that roster.
They should have done that to Shayna Baszler.
Yep. And her. Yeah.
Sonya Deville. They Shayna Baszler, Elimination Chamber kicked everybody's ass.
Yeah.
And then what? Nothing.
And then they did the stupid shit with the freaking doll. Ugh. It's anyway. That's the way I feel about it. It was awful. The injuries suck. The ugly Chris Jericho's chest after his match after Tomohiro Ishii beat the living shit out of him. Oh my god, dude! That was like a horror movie, man.
Maldacito, murder is a felony if you get caught.
Yep, you gotta get caught. That's the operative part of that. Gotta get caught. But yeah, dude, that was a great match too, man. Like I said, Ishii doesn't have bad matches, you know. And you put him in there with Chris. There's a reason why Chris Jericho likes wrestling with that guy. There's a reason why everybody likes wrestling with that guy because he puts on, 4-star matches all the time. He even his match against Evil, which wasn't great, was still decent. And if you can get a decent match out of Evil, you're doing something impressive. Nia Jax was there to murk people, by the way, by accident. Yeah, that was jeez. Anyway, that's our good, the bad, the ugly. All right, man. Let's get into it. Let's get into
War Games of War Games. War Games. War Games. War Games.
Hey, Johnny freaking Cage, why aren't you joining us here? Okay, brother.
I didn't send him the link. I think.
Oh wow.
That's okay.
But yes. Regal's got another 2 years in AEW, which is good.
Yeah, he well, does he have 2 years?
I thought he signed a 3-year contract. He's been there for just less than a year.
Yeah, well, originally, I think originally he was only there for 1 year, but then he signed a 3-year extension.
See, I don't know. I've seen both comments, so I'm not sure which is because I've seen where he signed a 3-year contract in the spring when he got there, and then he re-signed. So who knows? He hasn't been there even a year yet.
Yeah, shame on you, Maldacito. Shame on you, disrespecting Tomohiro Ishii like that.
Yeah, come on, Ishii.
Ishii is amazing. That guy's awesome. If that guy was a foot taller, he'd be a legend.
So, anyways, War
Games, dude. They should have. Like Triple H should have mea culpa'd himself to Tony Khan and said, "Hey, do me a favor. Can you just let me have a clip of William Regal saying War Games for me, man? Just do me this one favor. Do me this solid." Half Regal's contract was just his first promo. But yeah, Survivor Series War Games.
War Games
Opened up with pretty much the way that it should, man. Women's War Games started it off. Was not a bad match. It just had a couple of there were a couple of spots that and this seems to be the modus operandi of the entire night. There were a couple of spots that weren't good. That could have been very, very prone to injury. But no, it was like the people they wanted to highlight. The people that they wanted to get over in this match got over pretty well. Lynch was obviously the big deal. She did the leg drop from the top of the cage, was pretty awesome, by the way. Here's the thing that pissed me. This is the element that pissed me off. They kept teasing Io versus Asuka. We kept getting a tease of it, and it's like I'm like, listen, you need to pull the damn trigger on this thing now. Everybody wants to see them in a match. Just put them in the damn match, okay?
Yep.
If you try to drag this thing out, it's going to turn into a bunch of crap. It's going to be like when remember when they did that crap with Serena Deeb and Sheeta?
Oh yeah.
And they just dragged it out. And I'm like, you know what? This is garbage. Don't do this. So they need to pull the pin on that sooner rather than later. But overall, I thought it was a good match. I mean, what did you think?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, the crowd was so happy, so excited to see Becky Lynch back.
Yeah. Again. Yeah, she was 100% the star of that whole match. And she looked pretty good, man. I mean, and like I said, she came off the friggin' top of the cage, man. It's usually Io that does that, but
Io's the heel. You're not gonna have the heel doing that. Come on,
no.
But yeah, it was good. I mean, for the curtain jerker, the kickoff match, that was really good.
Yeah, the two spots that really I was like, ooh, you guys got lucky there was when Belair did that backbreaker and to kind of land almost pretty much landed on her head. That was like, holy shit. You dodged the bullet there, and then what was it? He was Hurricane Rana off of Belair. Like she didn't even have her feet on her. She didn't have her feet on around her head, so it was like, what the hell was that? But no, I mean, other than that, I thought it was a good match. Well, it wasn't a 4-star match, but it was pretty good.
Yeah,
it told the story that it needed to tell.
It did.
But match of the night was next, man. Balor versus AJ Styles, dude. The only thing, like, I don't know who's in charge of their wardrobe and stuff like that. Whoever's in charge of Balor's wardrobe needs to stop. They're just making him look. I'm starting to worry that they're taking the gimp stuff from what's his name? Remember that they've had to put him in the gimp mask and everything. Karrion Kross. I'm starting to think that they're taking the gimp stuff from Karrion Kross and they're trying to put it on Balor. But I'm like, I don't like this. He just looked weird. But man, I'll tell you what. When these two got going, holy crap, man! I mean, you got this is two of the best wrestlers ever.
2 former Bullet Club members. Come on.
Yep. 2 former. This was, you know, they weren't saying it, but this was who is the best leader of Bullet Club, is what this match was. So, I thought it was awesome.
And didn't you think Balor was going to win last week?
This was one of the ones I was wrong about. I thought Balor was going to win this because I figured the cheating would happen, and you know, that's how he was going to win. But
Right.
I like that. And someone actually brought up mentioned this. They said that if you go back and you actually look, this is the first win on a pay-per-view that AJ has had in like 3 years. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, this is like the first win he's had on a pay-per-view in like a long time. So I was like, that shocked the hell out of me. But and talking about people's chest, man, dude, his chest was freaking beat red. Oh my God. Like Balor was laying into those chops, man. But this was, in my personal opinion, this is the best match of the night.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yep. Then we had the worst match of the night. Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi Blackheart. Dude,
I don't understand why Shotzi was in that match to begin with. I mean, I know she won the whatever women's match they had, but
yeah, like the worst spot was the DDT that she tried to do on the apron. That was awful. That was just dude.
Was it that match that they went over the top rope?
Yeah,
And
I think so.
Like they both legitimately got hurt the way she tried.
Oh yeah, dude. No, there were like multiple times.
Was it trying to suplex and then she came from in the ring out the ring? It's like the way they both landed.
Dude, there were so many botched spots in this thing. Like you could tell, like one, they had never really worked together very much, and two, neither one of them was good enough to take the lead in this thing. This really exposed both of them actually. And dude, the other thing too. Again, I don't know who's in charge of fashion for them. I don't know who's in charge of makeup. Enough with the weird ass friggin' makeup on her goddamn eyes. She looks like a friggin' goblin. I swear to God. And I understand.
Shotzi or Ronda?
Ronda. I'm like, I don't get it, man. And then now they're doing the same thing to Baszler. Because when they had the two of them talking at the top of the ramp.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, geez, God, they're doing it. It looks weird. And I know that's nitpicking, but I'm like, stop putting just have her beat the shit out of people. Just have her come down, be herself, be who she was when she was in friggin' MMA. Just walk out. This is what you see is what you get. I'm gonna kill you, you know. Yep. So, but that's what it should have been. But this match, blessedly short. I think it's only like 7 minutes. And personally, I think it was like 2 or 3 minutes too long. Yeah, I'm not into Rousey, man. And like I said, I think she's regressing. I don't think she's getting better. I think she's getting worse. She did do a good, she did do a good belly to belly suplex though.
Yeah.
That looked pretty good. But then again, it's like, oh my God. But yeah, that was definitely the worst match of the night. What was next? It was the US title match, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, Rollins versus Lashley versus Austin Theory. This was pretty good. This was not. I think this would have been better if it had just been Rollins versus Austin Theory. I think there being 3 men in this match did hurt a little bit. On the other hand, though, did you notice that they didn't do this? Malacito says, "Ha, I'm free." Oh, from traffic. Okay. All right. I was like, free from what, dude? The real MVP of the night was Rhea Ripley's gear. Have mercy. Dude, Rhea Ripley's an attractive woman. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, like this match, you know how okay, so normally in a 3-way,
yeah,
you've got it breaks, it's everybody against each other. Right. And then at some point, one dude gets taken out for a while and he's gone. And then it's just a regular 1-on-1.
Right.
And then right at the end, the other guy shows up and he reinserts himself and he wins the match. That's the way these usually go. This was completely different. This was all 3 dudes going 100 miles an hour trying to kill each other.
Yep.
So thumbs up on that. A nice way to break things up and nice way to change things up. I'm 100% behind that.
Yeah, and the big Lashley trying to lock in a double.
The double hurt lock, yeah.
Yeah.
And this match, Theory looked better in this match than I think he's ever looked.
Theory looks good. Looks really good.
Now that they're not doing the stupid gimmicks and stuff, and they actually giving him a chance to work a little bit. There were some really awesome spots in this. I mean, Seth Rollins is still one of the best wrestlers out there, man. I mean, he really is. And the other thing too is, and this is something that's been plaguing both AEW and WWE, is they kept the crowd in this show. You know, for the most part. I mean, the Ronda Shotzi match, the crowd kind of fell off a little bit, but for the most part, they did a really good job of keeping the crowd in this match, in this show, and especially in this match. This match and the Balor Styles match, and the end of the men's war game match. The crowd was super into it, so that was a good thing. Was it? I'm trying to think if there was anything that was really off-putting in this. There wasn't. This was just a good, solid match. I was a little surprised, but not super surprised that they had Theory win. I thought they were going to move that story out a little bit, have him chase Seth, and like what I thought was going to happen is he was going to go for the pin and pretty much have it won, and then Bobby Lashley was going to insert himself just like he did last time. You know what I mean? And it was going to be like Theory's going to be like, you see, I told you this is what happens all the time. It's and then have him be in a program with Bobby Lashley, and then after the end of that program, he takes the belt off of Rollins. Mm-hmm. I thought that's what was going to happen. That being said, I'm not mad at this. I'm loving what they're doing with Austin Theory here.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're really starting to build this guy into a star.
Well, what do you do with Lashley now that assuming this feud is over?
See, the problem is it comes right back to the whole having both titles on one guy and that one guy being a part-timer. It was bad enough when they were doing it with Lesnar and he had the Universal title. At least they had the world title. They had the Raw belt. But now they don't even have that. So what do? Do you have him go after the IC title? That wouldn't be bad. Him versus Gunther?
No, I wouldn't have a problem with that at all.
That would be good. I can see him doing that.
But you got to move him to the other brand.
That's the problem. And again, that's what happens when both your freaking world titles are on one guy and that one guy takes off for a month and a half at a time. It's at this point, it's clear Roman is the guy. He's the guy going forward. They need to take at least one of those belts off him. They really, really do. It's getting to the point where it's getting ridiculous. Because like you said, I don't know what they do with Bobby Lashley at this point now. I mean, who's he going to feud with? I'd love to see, and like I said, I'd love to see him in a feud with Gunther, but you'd have to move him to SmackDown, which they could do. I mean, it's not that big a deal. I mean, they've done it before. So, but not having one of those, at least one of those world title belts around is really, really, really hurting options. But yeah, I thought that match was really, really good. Men's war game match. Like I said, was this the best war games match ever? No. There was so much storytelling in this thing, man. With leading up through the entire show with the whole thing where Jay caught him talking to Kevin Owens, and he told Roman and all the distrust and everything. And then when it's time, and it was time for them to send another guy out, and instead of sending Jimmy,
yep,
he sends Sammy. He's like, now you go down there and you prove to me that you're loyal. So, and like everything about this match was storytelling.
Yeah.
Storytelling was number one priority in this match, and they did such a good job. Like I said, even though he's part of a heel faction, Sami Zayn is the most over baby face. And when these guys turn on him, and it's gonna happen, and I think it's gonna happen soon, it's gonna be freaking heartbreaking. It's gonna be heartbreaking in the most awesome way possible. And when that happens and that's said and done, Sami Zayn will 100% legitimately be the biggest baby face in the friggin' business. The most over baby face in the business, man. And I would have him go after Rome. And I know that it's gonna be him and Owens are gonna take the tag belts off of Jimmy and Jay. All Might Mephisto in willing to sacrifice one comic book for clear Almighty Mephisto, I'm willing to sacrifice one comic book for clear roads. You son of a bitch. Oh my God, man.
Mischievous and deceitful, chicanerous and deplorable.
You bastard.
You're fired.
But yeah, and the way it ended was awesome. I love the way it ended. And it, like legitimately, the acting that they did was great. But
Sammy pulling Jay out of the way for that splash and giving up Kevin Owens to him after he did the haluva kick to Kevin Owens. I mean,
yeah, and it was and then of course Jay hugging Sammy at the end, and then moving on to
Monday
Night Raw. Them just continuing that, like I said, the way they're building this storyline up when they finally do turn on him, and I guarantee you it's going to be Jimmy and Jay who are the ones who do the beat down on him. And Roman's just going to stand there and watch. That's going to be that storyline's it might be the best storyline in wrestling right now.
Yeah, and that could start with as early as what is it, Royal Rumble? There's a rumored right now is Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it was that, and there's some kind of stipulation in the match, I think, but I'm not sure what it is.
Which is where you can start planting that seed of doubt with Sammy, because Sammy could cost Roman the match, not the title, but the match.
Yeah, or something's gonna happen. But did you watch Raw?
I did.
All right, what did you think? I thought this Raw was much better than the last 2 or 3 weeks.
I thought so. I mean, there wasn't much wrestling. There wasn't any wrestling to start.
That was the only thing. Like the first hour.
Talk. Excuse me. And then you had the what was it? The women's match. What match was it?
Was it
Judgment Day, and OC? Who was it?
Yeah, that was the four.
It was Mia. Well, no, it was Mia Yim versus Ripley first, wasn't it?
At first, yeah, and then it turned into 4-on-4.
You go to almost the entire match, and then we're gonna make it a 4-way match. It's like,
yeah, it was, but that whole segment was really good.
It was, but it's just like, you got all this.
Just do the match.
All this crap in the beginning, and they don't have it till you get to the match, and then you have all that with Ripley and Mia Yim.
Yeah,
and then you just don't even have a outcome, and it's just let's just make it a 4-on-4. Like, just do a 4-on-4.
And the stuff, like, it started off pretty hot with Becky Lynch, but when she started doing the thing where she was high-fiving the fans and she was going and interviewing them and stuff like that.
And I had no problem with that. I think,
yeah, but it got kind of stupid.
Come on, there was Bob and Zach in the crowd. Bob.
Zach was clean. Dude, did you see her like, ooh, don't touch me? Bob tried to hug. I mean, was it
Zach
Zach tried to
Bob
Zach
was
tried
the
to
guy
hug
in
her?
the Bob was the guy in the yellow shirt.
Yeah,
She really talked about. Zach was the guy in the row lower to her right.
yeah. But I mean, the first part of that was pretty good, and then was pretty good, and then it just kind of got weird. But yeah, here's one thing though, man. Freaking damage control. They need to do something. They need to seriously do some damage control on damage control
Yeah,
because they're dead. They're DOA right now.
and Becky Lynch taking out all three of them pretty much by her. All three of them by
Yeah,
herself.
that's not helping.
It's like a John Cena.
Yeah.
But going out
And
to
even and she even said it, man. And and obviously it was meant to be part of the story, but she's like, all you guys do is lose. You're losers. And she's right. She's right. Yeah, they need to do some serious work on that little faction. But yeah, then the Judgment Day versus OC was pretty good. It was fun. Like I said, it wasn't a 5-star match, but it was a lot of fun. Mia Yim looked good. Her versus Rhea Ripley. Personally, I want to see Rhea Ripley versus Becky.
I am glad they decided to go back to Mia Yim.
Yeah. Enough with the stupid name changes. Then they had the dude, that segment between the bloodline and Kevin Owens, man. Owens talking to Zayn, dude. Again, such great character work, between these guys, man. And and like I said, it's gonna be Jay and Jimmy that turn on him and beat him down. But that was and again, best storyline in wrestling right now, I think. What was after this one? Was it Alpha Academy versus the Street Profits?
Yep. Shush, please.
Look, I love Chad Gable. Okay, I really do. No, I do. I really do. I think he's one of the best technical wrestlers in wrestling. Otis is really good too. Montez Ford looks like $1 million freaking bucks. Street Profits have gotten so much better. How many times are they going to have them wrestle each other? This is what, like, they're 500. And don't get me wrong, they're really good. Yeah, how is Top Dollar getting a push, but those three are getting buried? Yeah, exactly, man. These guys, like, look, Vince isn't there anymore. So the whole thing with him Chad Gable not being 6'6", that's gone. So why is he still in this goofy ass thing? He's too good. It really. I understand that it's popular. I understand it's probably really over with kids. He's too good to be wasting him like this. He really is. Let the guy. They should be turning him into the next Bryan Danielson. They really should. But it wasn't a bad match. It was just.
Yeah,
we've seen it.
Let's see Austin Theory versus Chad Gable.
Yeah. Let's see some of that stuff. Let's see freaking Chad Gable pretty much versus anybody at this point. Because
as good as his match was versus Johnny Gargano, come on.
That match was awesome, man. Dude, that match was so good. Okay. And then the worst thing that happened in the whole damn night. I don't care. I don't care. There you cannot find one shred of me giving a shit about Miz versus Dexter Lumis. I don't care. I'm glad that maybe this is finally over.
So bye.
Because this whole thing has been death to me. And the fact that Johnny Gargano is caught in the middle of this thing just makes him look like a geek. It really does. This match wasn't terrible. It was nothing. It wasn't nothing special. It's typical Miz. Do something else. Do something with Lumis. Get Miz off my TV. Seriously, dude. Seriously, it's like pulling teeth now. I don't care, and I don't mean to be mean to Miz. I just don't find him interesting at all. I'm trying to think what else happened to this. Was it?
Now, you also had didn't you have a segment with Alexa Bliss like zoning out?
Yeah, she's totally going back to freaking Bray Wyatt, man. Yeah, and here's the thing. They need to not drag that shit out either. They need to pull the trigger on that too, because if they drag that out for weeks and weeks and weeks, and by the time they do something, people are just be like, "Yeah, we knew this was going to happen. We don't care." But yeah, whatever. And I don't. And they were good together. So
Now you got the wrath of Maldacito on you. He's gonna sacrifice. Probably because you're saying bad things about the Miz.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Yeah, that's what I have to say about that. So, yeah, yeah, I don't care about the Miz, but listen, hey,
Everybody love everybody! Come on!
yeah, everybody love everybody. All right, yeah, we're all friends here. We're all friends here. It's all good. It's all good. Fuck the Miz. Anyway, Dakota Kai it was Kai versus LeRae, right?
Yeah.
This was pretty good. This was actually pretty good. I mean, don't know where the hell it's going, but again, like the women's tag champs are getting the shit kicked out of them by a singles wrestler. So it's like putting a lot of shine on those friggin' belts, aren't you? But yeah, it was this was a pretty good match.
Yeah, I could do without the Miz and Dexter Lumis. I've been saying that for a while though. I'm just like so done with those two. So done with that whole segment with that.
Greatest treasure. One man's treasure is another man's trash. Freaking treasure.
And then
you are dead meat. I want to apologize.
Freaking treasure. Oh my God. But yeah, and you know what? This show, you know, once again showed that you can do a really, really good show in a 5-hour show. Acknowledge me, Guardian. Okay, what's up, Big Daddy?
Hey, there he is.
Big Daddy, you obviously watched Survivor Series Wargames. What did you think? What did you think was the best match? What did you think about the storytelling? And what did you think about the fallout? What did you think about what happened on Raw afterwards? Like I said, I think the storytelling in the men's match was really, really entertaining. I think it was all about storytelling. You know, maybe it was the best Wargames match, but it was a really, really good storytelling. And I thought AJ and Balor was the best match of the night. That was what I felt. But what was it? What was next? Kevin Owens versus Jey Uso. I mean, it's Kevin Owens versus Jey Uso, dude. It's going to be a great match.
Oh, see, his best match was the 3-way.
Best match, 3-way with Theory. I could see that. I mean, like I said, I thought it would have been better. I thought it would have been better if it had just been Seth versus Theory. But what I really liked about it was that it wasn't a typical 3-way match. Like normally in a 3-way match, one not long into the match, one of the guys gets taken out. It turns into just a one-on-one, and then right towards the end, the other guy shows back up, reinserts himself, and either wins or causes one of the other guys to lose. This 3-way, I like the way that they did this 3-way. They just went. All three of them were just going 100 miles an hour trying to kill each other. So I thought that was awesome. Yeah, it was solid. It was the storytelling. It was all like that match was all about the storytelling. It was 100% all about the storytelling. and the storytelling was freaking great. Freaking great. Sami Zayn is, like I said, even though he's in a heel faction, he is the most over babyface. Women's was all over the place. Way too many weapons. Yeah, that was actually kind of. Remember when? Do you remember? What was it? Was it Bayley versus Sasha? Bayley versus Sasha, when Bayley kept trying to set up those kendo sticks on the outside into some kind of a configuration to use it, and it was just like balancing sticks. It was weird. Yeah, that's what some of the women's war games felt like. They were trying to do stuff like that. But yeah, nobody got color. Well, that's WWE, man. They avoid that. But yeah, again, Owens versus Jey Uso. I thought it was a really good match. Good storytelling, and like I said, man, when they finally do pull the trigger and they turn on Sammy, it's gonna be emotional as hell. Yeah, see, I thought that was the best match of the night. I thought AJ versus Balor was the best match of the night.
Everything was better than Rousey versus Shotzi.
Oh my god, dude! Every time, let's not mention that match anymore, because every time we think about it, it bothers me, man. Because it's like it doesn't have to be so. It feels like Ronda's regressing, man. It really does. But let me see here. I gave it a hard 6 as opposed to a soft 7. What was there in the other news? I'm trying to think. Yeah, then the other big thing that came out of that was the injuries, man. Jey Uso breaking his hand, and the missed botch. Basically, you could tell in the match when Roman was pissed off at Owens. That slap. Now that hasn't been confirmed, but they did say that it's possible he ruptured Roman's eardrum with that slap. Which, if he did, that sucks balls. But apparently, there was no like. It wasn't like it wasn't like the friggin' scrum. They talked about it in the back. I mean, he was pissed. But they hashed it out. They got the guy, everybody on the same page, and they're moving forward with it. So,
and it doesn't matter because he's not going to wrestle for another 2 or 3 months, anyways.
Yeah. But still, man, somebody ruptures your freaking eardrum, you're like, dude, I'm gonna kill your ass. Bianca looked like she got hurt. From what I understand, that was just selling. Although, like I said, there were a couple of moments where. Some people they got lucky, and there were some sloppy spots in that women's match.
Yeah,
and man, there was a lot of slop in friggin' Ronda versus Shotzi. Ronda versus Shotzi was bad.
I'm surprised nobody got hurt in that match.
I'm amazed nobody got hurt in that. Like props to Ronda for executing that belly to belly. Like that was textbook. But given how sloppy she was, man, it wouldn't have surprised me if she tried that move and just threw her on her head.
Yeah, she doesn't have a whole lot of moves in her textbook because she's not that good.
Well, there's a lot. There's still quite a few injuries in WWE, just not as many in AEW as there are in AEW. And it's just one of those things, man. It's just one of those things. It's bad luck. I mean, you still got Randy's still out. Randy might be done.
He could. He had fusion surgery?
Yeah,
on his back.
Yeah. But you've got Jay's broke his hand. Roman's eardrums busted. Who else there's someone else that's injured in WWE. I'm trying, and my brain is blanking on it. But yeah, and then this week we know where Andrade's been because he had to have pec surgery.
Yep.
Torus pectoral, which that's 6 months at least, right? Well, depending on how bad it is. If it's if it's not a total tear, if it's not a complete tear, then it could be shorter. But he's out for at least a couple of months.
Yeah, he got not that it was this past weekend, but you still have Cody Rhodes out.
Yep. Cody, which he should be like. I fully expect him to be back at Rumble.
Yeah, I expect it to be one of the entrants. I mean, he could be like John
Yeah.
Cena was a couple years ago at number 30.
Yep. So I think that's about it, man. I think we got through it pretty quick. Is anything else we need to talk about? Anything you know touch on?
You know, fortunately, phew, the Martin brothers, man, they can't stay. They can't stay
well,
healthy.
they're saying he's
Fortunately,
okay.
fortunately, it wasn't bad. But I mean, they were talking like, oh my god, like they just got back together.
Yeah,
And
that
the
was
other-
scary.
And the other one gets hurt. It's like, geez.
Yeah. But thankfully thankfully they're okay. They even posted on that afterwards. But yeah, injuries. This year's been really injury prone, man. Like really, really injury prone. But I'm trying to think if there's anything. Was it Ricky? Oh yeah, Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks was all busted up.
Yeah, and he's got his match coming up soon. Is it not? I don't think it's this week. It's next week, I think.
I think no, it's
that winter is coming, but I'm not
yeah.
sure which week that is. It's him versus MJF.
There's a lot of daredevils. No, there's a lot of daredevils in AEW. I'll give you that. But they were it's the same stuff that they've been doing since day one, and then all of a sudden this year, it's just one of those things, man. Like I'm trying to remember which year it was where WWE like half their freaking talent went down with freaking injuries. It just happens.
And I honestly, I think the Elite versus Death Triangle is going to go probably 6 or 7. I mean, I can see
it's yeah.
I can see the Elite rolling off 3 wins in a row the next 3 times, or I can see Death Triangle winning match 3 and being up 3-0, and then the Elite just go boom, boom, boom and tie it up.
Yeah. And that series is going to go as long as people are interested in it. As long as people pop for it, and looking at who it is, they're not going to get tired of that matches. Those matches are going to be awesome every time.
And was I could be mistaken, but the only match announced so far for Ring of Honor Final Battle is the Ring of Honor World Championship with Jericho versus Claudio.
Let me look real quick.
Because that pay-per-view is coming up in a couple of weeks. It's sometime in December. And I know that if Claudio loses, he has to join the Jericho Appreciation Society.
I really hope they don't have him. I'm not interested in that storyline. There's too many people in the JAS already. Yep. And then the women's they haven't announced who she's going to be fighting, but Mercedes Martinez is going to defend the women's title, and then FTR are going to defend against somebody else too.
Okay.
So we know there's 3 matches definite, but 3 title matches definite, but they haven't finalized who it's going to be. Dude, I would really like to see FTR versus Aussie Open. I think that would be that would be fantastic.
Yeah,
I think that'd be awesome. Or the GOD. That'd be pretty dope too.
What about House of Black?
I can see that because Brody's an ROH guy, so that I wouldn't be against that either. There's a lot of possibility
Because that 7 matches isn't with it's 2-0 with the Elite and that triangle, but it's not 5 more weeks in a row. There's
stuff in between.
There's weeks off in between those matches, so it's got a little time to go. It's not going to end till next year, beginning of next year, if it goes 7.
Yeah, dude. Depending on what the card is, man, we might have to do live reactions to Final Battle.
And I like where, oh my God, Hayter and Britt Baker are going. Like Hayter comes out and right away Britt Baker
runs in front of her,
takes the mic and starts talking
Yeah.
for Hater.
Yeah, I'm glad
Mhm.
that gave me some hope that they're not going to drag this thing out for another 6 months. I think we're going to get Jamie versus Britt at the next pay-per-view.
Because Britt's gonna start getting jealous of Hater having that title, and Hater's gonna get pissed with Britt always coming out there and sticking her nose at her
Talking for her.
business. Yeah.
But yeah, I was worried that they were going to drag that thing out again. But man, like, yeah, it looks like they're going to pull the trigger on that sooner rather than later, which is good. Because God, I was like, oh my God, do not drag this out for another freaking 6 months. But I think that's it, man. Thanks for everybody that's being here. Johnny Cage, appreciate you, Maldacito, Big Daddy.
Nick's villain was there, leg kick. I don't know if you mentioned him.
Yep, Nick's villain leg kick.
What are you gonna say? Oh,
yes. So, guys, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Very soon, we may have some news that will make a lot of you guys happy. We may, we might have a big announcement coming up here soon. So, make sure you join us on our social medias. That's crawling across the bottom there. I'm going to start doing small little shorts and stuff to put more content on the channel and everything. And
everybody like the new dude there I got there. My hair's cut.
Oh, you got your ears lowered.
Yeah.
And yeah, so yeah, there should be some things going forward, moving forward with the channel here. And like I said, might have a really big announcement here in a few weeks. So thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. See you guys next time. Till then, bye.
HW out, baby.
Have a good night, guys.
Thanks for